Welcome to Classroom Management. In this course, we'll explore how to set up a positive learning environment that will ensure successful learning in your classroom. Many teachers don't take the time to write up a plan. So during this course, we're going to learn new skills and techniques that can be easily applied in our classroom. So let's get started with the question. Imagine you're teaching in your classroom. Some kids walk by and they look through the windows. What would they see? Would they see the teacher at the front? Would the teacher be at the back of the room? What would the students be doing? What interactions do you see? What do you hear? What language do you hear? Who would be talking? When I first started teaching, I sat down and wrote 3 things I wanted for the Chinese program. They were sort of like goals, and I think writing them down really keeps you on track. My first goal was I wanted to see all students engaged. I wanted to see them excited about learning Chinese. I didn't want passive students at all. I wanted to see students on task, so that I wanted to make sure that I wanted to maximize the time that I had with them. And I wanted to use creative methods to engage students. I also wanted to hear learners collaborating and communicating. So I would have group work, so students would learn from each other and use Chinese to communicate. Some teachers have an incorrect idea of what classroom management is. It's not about control. It's not about being a strict teacher who completely dominates the class. And it's not about keeping students quiet. Talking and rehearsing language is crucial to learning a language. So let me take you through a few examples of classroom management styles you may have tried yourself or you've seen in other classrooms. The first one is called the whirlwind. It's a relatively well-managed classroom, but there are students who maybe call out, or the teacher has to keep reminding the students about the expectations, and the teacher always has to stop and deal with those behaviours. So it's sort of like a stop-start type of classroom. And time is not used very well in the classroom. The second one is the freeze, and it's probably one that you have experienced either as a student or you've seen other teachers using this method. It's very strict. There is no relationship between the student and the teacher. The classroom is controlled by rules the teacher writes and also enforces. The next one is the storm. And in the storm, the students are actively in conflict with the teacher. So the students may be bored and they play up. They may challenge the teacher, they may talk back, and there's very little time spent on learning because it's such a negative atmosphere. And the last one is called the PLE. And this is where we have a positive learning environment and lots of learning takes place. There aren't many disruptions, the relationship between teacher and student are positive, and students know and understand the expectations. It can be noisy or it can be quiet.